Hello and welcome back to Internalize with me. Uh, so it's been a couple of weeks, and I will let you know why that is the case. But it's been a couple of weeks since we last had a podcast episode, but today is going to be fun. I hope. We shall see. So, I have something pretty interesting to talk about. A pretty common piece of advice that's given to creatives is to share your work. And that is basically to, like, in a math exam, for example, you're told to share your work, show your work, show the steps you've taken to reach your answer. And actually, in ICSE in the 10th grade, we were actually allotted marks for that, and the answer was a pretty small amount of the total uh, marks that were allotted to a question, and the steps that you took were more important than anything else. So in the same way, show your work in a creative setting, I suppose. When you make something, I assume it's good to share what you've made. It's good to share why you've made the thing. It's so what it showing your work, sharing your work is it's kind of ambiguous, I think, as a term. It is it is how you made the thing. It is the steps you took to make the things you learned to make it. It's sharing the software and the gear you used. It's sharing everything you've done, basically, that took you from the start to the final product. And this is honestly, seriously, the kind of content I love to consume the most. I love learning about how someone made something more than watching the thing itself. I love production breakdowns like what Andrew Huang makes. I love editing tutorials and I love the videos that Marquez Brownlee does on the studio channel, like how they shot an intro for one of their videos. I love that stuff a ton. It's incredible. It's just so fun to watch. I love I love production breakdowns, editing tutorials, everything in between. I like I love learning the ins and outs of making something because it's so valuable in terms of learning and everything. It's just so fun and interesting. It just makes me learn new things. Just got, but I digress. Anyway, it's the most entertaining content in my opinion, but I might be biased. This is actually similar to the kind of stuff Colin and Samir makes, I guess, but I'm not sure. Anyway, why should you share your work? Uh, I think the main reason you should share is just to teach other people. The best way to teach is to give examples. So, showing how to edit videos with your video as an example, or how to make music with your own song as an example. It's all super effective, because you have an idea of where you start, and you have the finished product, and the showing how to get to the finished product is it's more valuable in my opinion than like individual steps by themselves. And it is competent content in of itself. The reason timeline breakdowns and production videos do so well is it combines entertainment and education, which are the two main parts of a good piece of content, extremely easily and extremely effectively. It doesn't feel like it is shoehorned in, or it doesn't feel like you're just throwing entertainment in for the sake of it in an educational video. It is there. It's like it is naturally entertaining and it is naturally educational. This is the reason behind the scenes videos of projects uh, are extremely interesting to watch and do extremely well. Then thirdly, helps you come up with other ideas. When you look back and reflect on a project that you've done, you tend to think more deeply about the decisions you've made and the reasons you made those decisions. So if you've shot on a red, for example, and you shot a film on a red, and you're doing a behind the scenes of the film, and you say, okay, yeah, I've used a red. It is important. So making behind the scenes helps you like decipher why you chose red or not instead of Venice, or instead of shooting on film. Like it helps you understand the work you've done at a deeper level. Honestly, a lot of creation is just brain spouting. Like the blog post I wrote this evening, for example, I just spouted out whatever I thought at the moment. There was not really much analysis or anything that went into it, which I guess to some extent is a good thing, but not. And I don't know. Anyway, it's just throwing everything at a project and seeing what sticks. Reflecting helps you realize why what worked, and helps you like use that information in different places. So now there is a risk that comes with sharing your work, and it's it's that the showing part becomes work in of itself. So I'll give an example. I don't think it makes sense otherwise. Let's say you make music for a living. So you make your work is composing, producing, mixing, mastering, all that stuff. And yeah, so and let's say you want to make a behind the scenes of that. You're making a production breakdown of that. So now what happens is recording and editing that will also become extra work, and there is uh and there's a yeah this there's a risk of that leading to burnout just because of the sheer number of work that you need to do. And also, let's say you make a song and your breakdown is better than the song, there is a likelihood or rather possibility that there's a possibility of you tending to make something that is better for the behind the scenes. So if you've learned some cool production trick, you might try shoehorning it into your production, even if it doesn't necessarily work in the context that you put it. And that you've just done that for the sake of having a nice, a better production or better behind the scenes video or a production breakdown. Also, I just thought about this, but there is a need to make a distinction between showing your work and sharing your work. I'm not entirely sure what that is. I assume one of them, I don't know which one. I don't know. One of them is sharing the final product, and one of them is sharing the process. I assume showing your work is the process, and sharing your work is the final product. But I don't know. It was a random thought. So yeah, I guess that's all for the brain spouting this week. Let's talk about the updates. Uh, this is the first podcast in a couple of weeks, mainly because I was sick. I came down with the flu, and I don't know why it happened. I think my voice still sounds kind of different, but yeah, I don't know why it happened. I think it rained a bit. Like it's been raining quite a lot here, and I'm not sure if that's what caused it or if it's someone else who had the flu, if it's viral or something. But I don't know. But yeah, I took a break for a couple of weeks just to recover. So yeah, the week before as well. Actually, it's just the last week I was sick, but the week before I had some obligations and schoolwork to keep up with, and I didn't really have time to write anything, so and record anything. So yeah, I am sorry. And as exam season approaches, there may be a few more breaks, and I don't like. I actually don't want to take any. I really like recording stuff, but it might become necessary, so sorry in advance. And yeah, the YouTube channel, anyone who's been keeping their eye out, they haven't seen anything, that is because of the sickness as well. Yeah, I finally finished a video. I will upload it maybe on Friday. I'm done editing everything. I will schedule it today, and yeah, we'll see. Let's see if it yeah, I actually I couldn't I kind of forgot how much time it takes to edit a video, especially like the amount of editing I'm trying to do. So yeah, one thing I learned actually, I read a few weeks back actually. Is a concept called embracing mediocrity. Basically, it's impossible to be incredibly good at everything. Most of the times, you'll be good at a couple of things and mediocre at everything else, and that's okay. Which is kind of I guess it's kind of relieving because I'm kind of a perfectionist, and I'm always chasing the like trying to get the perfect audio recording or perfect guitar or whatever, and it doesn't really matter. Now, another interesting thing I read is conversation and how that leads into like how that aids your writing. So, writing is not a solo endeavor, right? You create ideas based on other people's ideas, and you merge ideas to make your own. In the same boat, if you have an idea for writing something or talking about something, and you talk to someone else about that, you'll get another perspective, and you'll be able to articulate everything better, and you'll gain new insight on what you want to write about. So yeah, I guess that's all for this week, the first podcast in a couple of weeks. And yeah, it's I don't know if it's short or long. This is kind of the thing I want to aim for. The next couple of weeks will be kind of packed. I have exams coming up soon, so there will be probably shorter episodes. But there are some interesting stuff coming out. It is Techtember in a couple of days, and yeah, there is an iPhone event scheduled. There will also be Pixel stuff. So yeah, some interesting stuff to talk about. So yeah, thanks for watching. I said so yeah maybe 30 times over the last 30 seconds. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'm not uploading. I don't know if you're watching. Thanks for listening. And yeah, I said yeah again. Goodbye.